When Jinwoo asks for confirmation, Baru affirms his statement. Noticing that the queen's mana is surprisingly low for someone of her rank, Jinwoo demands an explanation. Baru explains that her mana was primarily used for reproduction, and now that she no longer has a physical body, that function has ceased, leaving her with significantly depleted reserves. With this revelation, Jinwoo considers her worth as a combatant. If she is incapable of battle, then there is no reason to keep her. He remains silent for a moment before making his decision. Without hesitation, he terminates her shadow. Turning his attention to his soldiers, he orders them to stop collecting the essence stones, stating that all of them will be used for the reconstruction of Jeju Island. Without question, they obey, dropping the stones immediately. He instructs them not to keep even a single one for themselves. Gazing at the stone recovered from Baru's corpse, he concludes that it will be more than sufficient for his own needs. With that matter settled, he shifts his focus to the remaining ants. The pressing question is whether his current troops are sufficient to eliminate them all. Determined, he declares that they will fight with everything they have. Baru steps forward, analyzing the battlefield. He observes that the enemy forces are struggling to navigate in the absence of a leader. Without proper coordination, they are incapable of maintaining formation and are scattering in disarray. When Jinwoo asks how many ants remain, Baru responds without hesitation. Before the attack, there had been approximately 8,700 ants. Now, about 4,000 remain. Jinwoo exhales sharply. He had assumed that the earlier battle had thinned their numbers more significantly, but it seems there are still many left to eliminate. Considering his options, he questions whether Baru can handle the remainder on his own. Without hesitation, Baru states that he will carry out the task if given the order. Meanwhile, aboard the ship, Jong-soo warns the crew that the ants are approaching. Immediately, the ships respond, launching a barrage of missiles while mages unleash their magic. The sky erupts with explosions, casting an eerie glow over the stormy battlefield. Gina reports that the ants are changing course, heading north toward the Knights Guild. Ki-hoon quickly rallies the Hunters Guild, instructing them to prepare for battle. The confrontation is inevitable. At the same time, the Vice Guild leader of the Fame Guild commands her subordinates to ready themselves. A member of the Fiend Guild berates his comrades, reminding them of the sheer strength of a single ant. If they wish to reclaim the Fiend Guild's former glory, they must stand their ground and fight. However, fear takes hold of some. Min Sung, trembling, questions how they are supposed to fight such creatures. Another guild member sneers, remarking that despite being an A-rank hunter, Min Sung is nothing more than a coward. The rain continues to pour relentlessly as the ants emerge in the distance. Jo-hee watches their rapid approach with growing unease, questioning whether they truly have the strength to withstand the attack. The ants move with terrifying speed. Within moments, they are already within arm's reach. Suddenly, Chi-yul's eyes widen in shock as he witnesses an ant being slashed apart in an instant. Jo-hee stands frozen, struggling to comprehend what had just happened. She murmurs in disbelief, unable to process the scene before her. Chi-yul, still reeling, mutters that whatever struck down the ant was impossibly fast, so fast that he hadn't even seen it move. Only then does the truth become clear. The figure standing amidst the carnage is none other than Baru. The efforts to exterminate the ants continue for 2 days in the southern regions of Korea. At the same time, reports emerge of ants being spotted near Chinese waters, a revelation that seems almost unbelievable. The idea that the ants could have flown all the way to China is staggering. Off the coast of China, aboard a ship, the crew struggles with exhaustion, having been unable to sleep for 2 days. The tension remains high as a soldier informs the captain that the second wave of ants is now within shooting range, awaiting orders to fire. However, the captain stops them, noting that their hero appears eager to handle the situation alone. Standing at the edge of the ship, Liu Jigang observes the endless swarm and comments on their persistence. Without hesitation, he unsheathes his swords, declaring his intent to send every last one of them sinking into the ocean. With a single powerful swing, he releases a devastating shockwave slash, cutting through the incoming ants and reducing them to nothing. Their bodies plummet from the sky, vanishing beneath the waves. Dismissing them as weak and unimpressive, he reflects on how much more challenging the battle would have been if the ants Jinwoo had once fought were still alive. Finding no real thrill in this encounter, he considers it a shame. Their bodies plummet from the sky, vanishing beneath the waves,